If you're thinking about moving to the Triangle, Raleigh, Durham, or Cary, you've probably heard a lot of hype. People talk about job growth, quality of life, and how fast this area is growing. But what I want to do in this video is give you the honest pros and cons of moving to the Triangle so you can decide whether it actually fits your lifestyle, not just whether it's popular. Hi, I'm Mike Hall, the owner and broker at First Flight Realty. Be sure to stick around because one of the cons near the end is something almost no one talks about, and it catches a lot of people off guard after they move here. This video is for anyone relocating to or within the Triangle, whether you're moving for work, family, or a lifestyle change, and you want a realistic picture of what daily life is like in this area. One of the biggest reasons people move here is the job market. The Triangle refers to Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill, along with surrounding towns like Cary and Wake Forest. At the center of it all is the Research Triangle Park, which drives a lot of the economic activity here. You'll find careers in tech, biotech, healthcare, education, engineering, and research. Major universities and employers create a steady stream of jobs, which brings people from all over the country and around the world. This is one of the most stable job markets in all of North Carolina, and that stability matters whether you're renting, buying, or investing. Another big pro is cost of living, with an important caveat. Compared to places like California, New York, or the Northeast, the Triangle is still more affordable overall. Housing, taxes, and everyday expenses are often lower for people moving from those areas. But the Triangle is not cheap anymore. Prices have risen significantly, and affordability depends on heavily where you choose to live. Raleigh, Durham, and Cary all feel very different price wise. So, yes, it's more affordable than many major metros, but it's not the bargain people remember from 10 or 15 years ago. One thing the Triangle does very well is balance. And this has to do with our landscape. You find a lot of green space, tree-lined neighborhoods, greenways, and parks. Traffic exists, but it's generally manageable compared to larger metro areas. You're also within about 2 to 3 hours of the mountains and about 2 hours from the coast. That makes weekend trips a cinch. The Triangle tends to attract people who want a calmer pace of life without giving up career opportunities. Despite the fact that the Triangle area is an amazing place to live, it's not without its cons. Here are a few for you to keep in mind as you consider making this area your new home. The biggest challenge for most newcomers is housing competition. Well-priced homes across the Triangle can move quickly, especially in popular areas. Even when the market cools, inventory can still feel somewhat tight. This means buyers often need to be well prepared and realistic about their expectations. They need to be flexible on location, layout, and or timing. Waiting for the perfect home at a perfect price usually leads to frustration here. One of the most overlooked cons of the Triangle is sprawl. This area is not one big dense city. Where you live has a huge impact on your commute, your daily routine, and your lifestyle. Living in downtown Raleigh feels very different from living in Cary, Garner, or even Wake Forest. When people say they're moving to Raleigh, what they usually mean is they're moving to the Triangle. And where you land inside the Triangle makes a huge difference. The last con is really about expectations. The Triangle is not New York, Chicago, or Atlanta. Outside of certain downtown areas, nightlife and walkability are limited. For some people, that's a positive. For others, it feels somewhat quiet. If you're looking for a nonstop urban environment, parts of the triangle may feel underwhelming. So here's the honest summary for you to consider as you think about the triangle area. The pros: we have a strong, diverse job market. We're more affordable than many large metros, and we have a high quality of life and livability. But the cons are our housing market is very competitive. We have an issue with sprawl and location, and we have a quieter feel compared to most major cities. If you're thinking about moving to the Triangle and want help narrowing down which areas actually fit your lifestyle, commute, and budget, I'm happy to help. You can schedule a consultation with me, a local Triangle expert, or request a personalized relocation or home value analysis. Thanks for watching, and in the next video, we'll break down Raleigh versus Durham versus Cary and who each one is really best for.